Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Savvy Chap. Welcome to a little video that I've put together to kind of teach people who are buying assets off the Unity store what to do when they come across an issue. Very similar to this one in this thread here where people are buying an asset and they're like, oh, when they get in VR chat, the shader doesn't quite look like it does when you're on desktop mode, like the water and stuff. That is because VR chat, so this video is specifically for people buying the asset to use with VR chat or VR in general. Now, VR uses stereoscopic, I can never pronounce it, shaders to create a double shade, like pass-through layer on your screen. It's very complicated and stuff. So if you are brand new to VR development and you are like, cool, I've been to the Unity store and I bought an asset for X amount and it doesn't work. Rule of thumb is when you're on the Unity store, first off, go and check out the publisher of the week. That's like the Blender cube that you delete on Blender. When you come to the store, that is ritual. You have to do that. Secondly, whatever asset you're looking for, make sure that it is using the built-in render pipeline. So you'll see stuff that says URP and stuff. Perfect example is we'll use Pure Nature actually, because I think they do it in URP and built-in, hopefully. It didn't show it. Ah, BK, you let me down. Right, let's try Meadows. Okay, Meadows has done it. Okay, right. So when you are on the Unity store, you're looking at your sale and you're like, wow, this is a fantastic pack. If it doesn't have built-in, it will work in VR chat, but you have to convert the shaders from URP and HDR into built-in to get it to work and stuff. And it's a bit of a pain to do and stuff. Also have a read the description just to check if they actually do support VR, because sometimes you'll get a asset that says it supports VR but it doesn't work in VR chat. That is because you need, and unfortunately I don't know if I will try to link this in the video description, and I'll try and link it in the post and stuff. You need Graphlet node editor, shader editor. You also need shader graph for VRC. I cannot remember where I got these from, but once you have these, and you possibly also need, have I already installed it? No, there's something else that you could possibly use. It's not Little Tune. I cannot find it because it's not there. Great, but there's another one that you can install basically. There's 3 of these, and I will try to link them. And what happens is once you have them in your project, no matter what Unity store asset you're using, if you click on the thing that you want, you will see the shaders and stuff. Now these are all by PolyArt Studios. Highly recommend all of their assets, they are fantastic. But to get them working in VR chat, once you have those plugins with your VR chat version, find out where the materials are. Now unfortunately, this is the painful thing. You have to manually come in. You'll see Universal Unknown, remove it, and then add and look for VRC built in. Once it does it, you can see now it's actually added that in, and then you can again come out of that. You can just close that down, or you can even just leave it open, and then the next one down, edit again. It should, no, it's going to keep opening these tiles. Sorry. But this is how you basically convert it to VR chat shader basically. I think, sorry, click save. Once you close it, make sure you've hit save, sorry, and it'll save the editor. Again, universal you want to remove, and then for VRC built-in, add it in, close. It'll ask you to save them, save, and you won't notice much difference in the texture quality and stuff. It's just adding that to be rendered in VRChat, so you don't have that two-way thing and stuff. And again, unfortunately, you have to find out where the materials are in the material files. So if I go to this, Polyart Studios, Dreamcastle, materials, there's a lot of these. So unfortunately, you have to just keep going in and editing. You sadly cannot just click on all of them and click on edit. You have to manually go in one by one. This one's already done. Close. Open. Give it a second. It'll take a while to open. Remove. Add. You can see it's now added it. I don't know if you have to actually remove the universal, but I just do it anyway, just in case. Close the tab. Hit save. Click on something else. Do it again. This one's already got that built in, because some of them I have already started doing it to, some of them I haven't. But that, unfortunately, this very long, tedious process is how you have to do it. Basically, you go up to this little button here on the shader, and if it doesn't have VRC built into it, you pretty much add it in. I know some of these have already got it built in. Let me try terrain. Actually, let me do the most important one, which I know people are going to try and ask, is the water one. Now, oh no, the water's not a shader. Oh no. Oh dear. My PC goes so slow. I don't know how you convert the water shader, to be honest. I don't think the water is a shader, so you probably cannot convert this. Should be able to. No, it's asking to do, it's doing it that way. Yeah. So you might not be able to do the water, but to be honest, there's better, well not better, there's other water that you can get for VRChat that are more optimized probably for VRChat. But that is how you convert most of the shaders in here. Let's just see foliage. Yeah, so foliage again. Remove, add, built in. You'll see it now does this weird sort of looking one. Foliage, close, save. Yeah. The foliage now looks really weird now that you've done that. You probably want to get a better shader for that, to be fair. But that is how you do all of the shaders and how you convert them and get them working in VRChat. Again, I cannot remember where I got this from. I don't know if I manually installed this, but basically if you look for shader graph VRC and GraphLit, I think these two are together, and you add them manually into the thing. Let me just check. Packages, community repositories. No. They're not added in that way. Yeah, I can't remember where I got those shaders from, so I'm sorry. But that is what you're looking for. You're looking for Shader Graph VRC. It's free, I know that much. I didn't pay for it.